Guys, in this segment, we will talk about what casting directors are looking in models at the New York Fashion Week, right? And what is important. So, when you walk to the casting, try to make sure that uh, you acting and moving every moment you are observed, right? So, if we have play music, there is a purpose for it. Walk to the beat. If you're standing before you walk. For your runway walk, try to dance to the music. Try to show good attitude, because that's what we observe. If you standing there and looks like you hate to be there, probably we're not gonna pick you. So that's kind of could be a useful hint. Hug people. If you know somebody, give them a hi, smile. So that tells us basically that you know people know you, you're not a crazy person, so it's easier to work with you. If you standing there by yourself and nobody say hi to you, either you are outsider from the industry and you don't know our ways, or nobody wants to be near you, right? When you walk the runway, if you have hair, try to make it wavy. Try to make it move with your beat. So every time you step, let the wig or hair moves with you. That helps to get an impression. Make sense? Have lots of composition cards, because you may be asked to give one to producer. You might have to give one to hair and makeup people. You don't know how many other people you see. Like usually when we do casting, there are like 10, 15 designers are sitting there and watching, picking models for their show. They might not pick you for that show particular, but they might get you, if they have 2-3 shows during the New York Fashion Week, they might pick you up for another one. So having extra composition card can book you extra gig. So you spend maybe 3-4 cents on composition cards if you print them in bulk, and you basically get a whole bunch of gigs out of it. So it's worth to have a few extra. Make sure when you register, get your QR code and give that code to each designer, so that way designers know who you are. They have that code, you are in the list in the system. Because once we see 7,000-8,000 girls, it's all look the same to us. Like after first couple of hours, first couple of days, it's all the same. So in order to stand out, if I want to look for someone who I seen early in the morning, it's better to have some kind of QR code, something I can go by to look you up. Your composition card, have Instagram account, maybe a number of followers. If you have TikTok, other social media, maybe you don't have much following on Instagram, but you have it on a Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn or somewhere. So show the other platforms, because that's, for some shows, additional audience is important. The more people see their designs, the better, and that can get you your spot. Have your phone name, your phone number, your email, measurements, shoes in details. If you have an agency, have the agency affiliation. Are you exclusive or not? Because some shows don't have the money to pay for modeling agency. So if you say that you're independent, they will pick you. If they think that you're with expensive agency, you might miss the shot if they're trying to save the budget. If you're with a good agency that they have a good reputation, they might pick you because of that name associated with you. So all those things make a difference when you are selected out of thousands of other girls. Many modeling agencies have their own modeling agencies of their own. And sometimes they ask you, would you be willing to drop your agency and join our agency? You need to know what to ask, what to offer, how to switch, because they have their own production, so they are not only looking models for that particular show, but also for their agency. So you need to know where to stand your ground and say, no, I'm not gonna switch, and when to say, yeah, I'm open, let's see what you offer. Now, make sure you have pen and paper and you need to write down your availability, the days that you can model, the shows you can model. Hello, how are you? Just give me a second. That's important to have that in place. Also, your height, the bust, the hips, the arms, all the details. It's important. Have a seat. Just give me a second. Write on a card if you have any specific talent that you might use for the show. So let's say if you can write rollerblades, or sometimes we use rollerblades on runway. If you can write skateboard, we have skateboard. If we have a huge dress and we want to show dress in a movement, it's important to have that skill written down. If you do acrobatics, sometimes models, like when it's a wedding dress and it's a huge walk, big steps is important, right? If you can dance, if you know, any sports activities or arts that you know, because remember, when you walk the runway, sometimes the runway is very slippery, so it's very difficult to keep balance. People who have acrobatic skills and ability to do complex poses take advantage of it. So make sure those poses are on your composition card or it's mentioned somewhere. Miss, I apologize, but they don't allow drinks here. Can you drink outside and I'll come back? Okay. Many castings also have different objectives and pursue objects. For example, some shows have models who apply and they get very selective, and you can drink it just outside, in the lobby. Gotcha. Now, because fashion shows sell tickets sometimes to performances, models who may come to the show might have a few seats, so that might be also a helpful additional thing that you can bring. And what I'm trying to say is try to be nice to other models at their casting. You're already there, you're wasting time, so at least make sure you get Instagram of every person around you. Give them your Instagram, because those girls might get booked to another show, and you might, they might call you and say, listen, they need another girl like you, so you can join them. But if you just come there and stay by yourself and you don't network with other models, other folks, you will miss those opportunities. Hold a second, let me see what's my next point. And sometimes those girls that get booked, they have extra tickets, like I said, to invite you to come. At least if you're not booked to the show, you might come as a visitor. And sometimes the last minute someone gets sick, someone cancels, something happens, so you might fill in, right? So make sure you have those friends. A few more points and I'm done, guys. So some shows try to make it very exclusive and try to present themselves very difficult to get in. So they hold the lines outside in the cold weather in the February or in the heat in the summer, and they pick girls from the street, from the line, and makes it very obnoxious. So there is a reason for that. That's not there is a purpose for this, to show how exclusive it is, so those who get picked feel special. Sometimes shows sell spots. Let's say it costs $2,000, $3,000 to walk in the show. So when you're standing in a line and there is 2,000 girls standing in that line, and you have a chance, and you come from wealthy family, and you have a chance just to join that show and pay, some girls do it. So that's the reason why, one of the reasons that can be why those lines are so huge outside. Some shows actually care for their models and have a huge waiting area in with the bathrooms and food and drinks, accommodations, so the girls can change and get ready for the casting. So the key is to have a good experience at the show. So when the girls have really fun. Girls, and not only girls, guys at the casting also feel great. They come back to that show because let's say if we have 2-3 thousand girls coming to the casting and only 10-15 we pick, so the other ones they might come as visitors, like I said. But if they have bad experience at the casting, they're not gonna show up. They're not gonna buy tickets. Castings that are fast and respectful and well organized signal that they have the same level of organization and professionalism when they actually run the show. When you come to a casting and everything is disorganized and it's like no one knows what's going on, probably the show gonna look like that as well. So like, observe those things. Also, many sponsors come to fashion shows as like a part of write-off money, and when you meet those folks at the casting, that's your opportunity to book those jobs, to get paid gigs and commercials. Sorry, I have a few more points and I'm done, I hope. Try to be kind and polite to various folks. Let's see. Because, oh, yeah, that's the point. Sometimes those who are important don't sit in center, do not like have like fancy clothes. So try to be nice to everybody because you never know who is significant and who has control and who is just pretending to be important. So like, so you know, be observant of that. Happen sometimes that those who are quiet actually have way more power than the noisy ones. Wearing the right shoes might help. Practice your walk, that might help. And like I said, like casting folks, we observe models before they walk in, after they leave. So the behavior, not only as you walk and the way you look, but also the vibe that you provide, give us a little signals. For more tips on casting calls, you can reach out on my Instagram or like WhatsApp or email. Okay, I'm gonna put up my info on this piece. Thank you, guys.